guys, it's Miss Bowie. I miss y'all so much, and I'm super sad that we don't get to learn in the classroom together, but I am excited that I can create this video for you to, first of all, review something that we learned before spring break. So, let's get started. Let me get small. So I'll be over here. You can still see me. But here's our objective for today. So, scholars will be able to review points, lines, line segments, rays, and all four of the angles that we learned before spring break. You ready? All you need is a paper and a pencil and your fantastic brain. Okay. So, to get us started, let's go over these vocabulary words. You might want to get your paper and pencil right now and jot down some notes because there will be a practice. So this part we're doing together, but you're about to do it by yourself, okay? So let's review a point. A point is basically a dot drawn anywhere. So I'm just going to draw my dot right here, if it will let me. Perfect. So here's my dot, and that is a point right there. If we have more than one point, so let me just draw another point over here. So now that I have 2 points, it's a good idea that we label our points. And we did that in class by labeling it with a letter. So I'm going to label it with the letter A, okay? And so now my other point, I'm going to label point B. So points are dots. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to connect these 2 points. So I'm going to go from A to B. Let me see if I can make that a little straighter. A to B. Okay, as good as it's going to get. So when you have a line that's connected with one point on one side and a point on the other side, we know that's called a line segment. And the symbol, the special way we write line segment is writing the names of the 2 points, so A, B. And even though there's 2 points on each side, we're just going to draw a line on top. This little symbol right here stands for line segment. So we got that part. The next vocabulary word that we had was array. So array means that one of the points is now going to go on forever. So instead of 1 point and 1 point, now we have 1 point and an arrow. Okay? So point B goes on forever. It has an arrow. That makes this a ray now. Okay? So array is showed by A, B. We still draw the line, but now, since there's one arrow in array, you're also going to draw one arrow in your symbol. Okay? And then the last thing we learned was a line. And a line doesn't just go on one side, it goes on forever on both sides. It's like that. So line, we draw it by writing A, B, and then the line, and then now we want to draw 2 arrows, just like the way it looks. Okay? So line segment, 2 points, ray, 1 point and 1 arrow that goes on forever. And then a line has 2 arrows that go on forever on both sides. So points, line segments, rays, and lines. Are you ready to practice? Here we go. I'm going to erase my board. And here is your practice. Okay, I am not going to put a timer on for you, so you have as much time as you need. Please pause the video so that I don't keep going on for you. So pause it, and then I want you to go ahead on your paper. I want you to write what each of these are. So what is this one? What is this one? What is this one? And what is this one? So for example, if you think this one is a line, you'll write line, and then you'll write A, B with the symbol for a line. I'm going to give you a hint. A, B is not a line. Okay? So pause the video in 3, 2, 1, pause. Okay, so hopefully you paused and now you're done. And we're going to check over it now. So the first one I told you already was not a line. It has a point on one side and a point on the other side. So point, point. It's actually a line segment. Hopefully you got that right. And the way we write line segment is A, B with just a regular line, no arrows. Okay? The next one we have is CD. And this one has an arrow for C. That means it goes on forever. But on D, it's just a point. We talked about this. Point, arrow, goes on forever. That's going to be a ray. So C, D, and the symbol for ray is a line with one arrow. Okay? Next one, we have EF. Arrows on both sides. Think it has to be a line. Not a line segment, because two arrows means line. Lines go on forever. So E, F, we're going to draw the line with two arrows. And then our last one, G has a point, H has an arrow. Point, arrow is ray. Ray, G, H. Just like that. Hopefully you got it all right. And if you got it all right, congratulations. Okay. So that was our review of points, line segments, rays, and lines. The next thing we want to review was angles. Okay. So an angle right here, the word angle is when two rays, so rays, lines, or line segments come together. Okay? So let's take a picture here. Let's look at this picture that we have on the screen right now. So we have a ray. Oops, I just drew all over it. We have a ray, QJ, and we have ray, TJ. Okay, so two rays. They came together at this special point right here. It's called a vertex. So J is not only a point, but it's a special point called a vertex. And so this place right here where they come together, this space in between, so from this ray to this ray, this space right there is the angle. That's where the angle is, right? And this angle has a special name, but we can also write it as angle. And so we're going to use our points. We're going to say it's either angle TJQ, or we can call it angle QJT. So either this way or the other way. Okay? So those are some notes that you can write down. So angles is two rays, two lines, or two line segments connecting. Okay? So that's an angle. And then just like I said earlier, this is a special type of angle. This is called, I'm going to erase some of this so that we have room. This right here, sometimes it has a little mark like this, like a little box. Because this angle, angle TJQ, is a right angle. Remember? Hopefully this jogs your memory. Right angles have a perfect corner. They meet and they create a perfect corner. Hopefully by now you learned that that perfect corner has a measurement of 90 degrees. Okay? So I want you to pause one more time for the video, and I want you to go out. You don't have to run, but just walk around your house and see if you can find a right angle to use for this next section of our review lesson, okay? So ready? 3, 2, 1, pause. Okay, are you back? I thought this was funny, so I'm gonna do this real quick. Hopefully you came back from your pause and 2,000 years later. Just kidding. Hopefully you came back in like 2 minutes. But let's use our right angle to help us with this next section. Okay, so I'm going to get big again because I'm going to use my board behind me. But here's my right angle template. I got this book. It's about people, but using aliens. So my book has a perfect corner, like right here. You see how this side of the book meets with this side. So it's kind of like two line segments. Line segment meets right here. So the angle, the right angle is right here. So I'm going to use this and we're going to review our 4 types of angles. The first one we are going to go over is the one that we just talked about, the right angle. So if you have your book or pencil, or not pencil, book or picture with a perfect corner or picture frame, paper, whatever it is, hopefully it has a perfect corner and you're going to use that perfect corner to see what kind of angle this is. You take the little corner and you match it with the vertex on the angle. So match it and then see if your lines match. So I can look at this right now. And if I put it on there perfectly, it should show me that, look, the bottom of my book matches the bottom of the angle, and the right side of my book matches the right side of the angle. Or I guess left for you. Okay? If they're perfectly next to each other and the lines match your book, that is a right angle. Okay? If you have your book and you put it on your line, and it just matches the whole bottom, it doesn't have a corner at all, then it's a straight line. And a straight line is a special kind of angle called a straight angle. It kind of matches. Straight line, straight angle. Corner, right angle. These are the 2 harder ones right here that we learned. So we have this one over here. The lines are a little closer to each other, as you can see. I'm going to take my right angle, use the corner, put it on the vertex, and then I can see that the bottom line matches the bottom of my book, but the right side of my book covers the other line. So if your book or right angle template covers the other line, that means it's less, all right? And something that is less than a right angle is called an acute angle. So remember in class we were talking about, well, acute things can be really small, so that's our way of remembering what an acute angle is. Less than a right angle is acute. The last one we have is an obtuse angle, okay? So this time, using the same right angle, the corner, I'm going to match it with the little vertex on our angle. The bottom of my book matches the bottom of the line, but now, this time, look, this line's all the way over here, okay? If the line is past your corner, that means it's greater than a right angle. And if it's greater or bigger than a right angle, then it's called an obtuse angle. Okay? Perfect match, right angle. Straight line, straight angle. Covers the line means less acute angle. The line is bigger than our right angle, then it's greater and it's an obtuse angle. Hopefully this is a review. Hopefully you remember. Okay? Let's see if we can do some practice. So I'm going to get small again. And here's our practice. So we have 4 different angles here. We have angle NTB, angle DRM. So here's angle NTB, angle DRM, angle FLK, and angle SZG. Can you please pause the video and use your book or whatever it is, your right angle. See if you can figure out what kind of angles these are. Some of the lines look like similar to a right angle, so you really need to use your book or right angle template to check it. Ready? Ready for a pause? 3, 2, 1, and pause. Okay, are you done? Here we go. Let's go over it. I'm going to move my stuff to the top for now. Actually, now I'm covering the other one. Where do I go? I'll go over here. Okay, so let's start with angle NTB. If I have my right angle, I'm going to use a little note card for this part. If I have my right angle, it would go from the bottom line all the way to here. So this and this would be my right angle. We see that this ray right here, TB, is greater than or further than the right angle. That makes it an obtuse angle, right? Because it's past the right angle. Our next one, I'm putting my right angle template on top. I'm drawing the bottom line, and looks like the other line is perfectly on top. So my right angle is exactly on the 2 lines. If it's equal, then we know it is a right angle. Okay? Our next one, putting my right angle on top. Here is one of the lines, and then the other right angle is over here. Oops, it's not working. So right here. Oops. Let me try that again. There we go, right there. And that makes the right angle there. If our right angle is right here, it will cover ray LK. So this is less than a right angle, and that makes it a acute angle. And then our last one side goes here, and then the other side of my right angle is over here. That's my right angle, but look, here's the ray. It's all over there. That means it is greater than a right angle and another obtuse angle. Oops, I can just see it. Obtuse angle. Okay? Did you spot a secret hidden angle? It is down here. I didn't tell you about this one. But this line right here, if I drew arrows on both sides, what kind of angle would that be? I hope you said straight angle, because it is a straight line. So here's our hidden angle that was on the screen. Okay. If you got it right, or if you got at least 2 of them, I'm super proud of you. Here it is, your celebration confetti. And if you didn't get it right, definitely go back and check and see why. Okay? I believe that is all we have for today. So our 4 angles, straight angle, right angle, acute angle, and obtuse angle, is what we learned today. We also learned about points, line segments, lines, and rays today. If you have any questions at all about any of the stuff we learned, or you got something wrong in the practice and you weren't sure why, please contact me or Miss Childs by dojoing us, sending us a message on Study Island, or you can send us an email. So that's my email, T, and then my last name, BUI, at uplifteducation.org. Or you can, if Miss Childs is your teacher, then you can email bchilds at uplifteducation.org. Well, that's all we have for today. I hope you had a good time, and I'll see you very soon. Okay.